Dear students, in this lecture, we will learn about average variable cost. As you know that in our previous lecture, we have learned about average cost, which includes the average fixed cost as well as average variable cost. And now we will learn separately what is average variable cost and what is average fixed cost. Now, what is average variable cost? What is its meaning? What is its definition? Average variable cost, it is the variable cost. It gives the variable cost per unit of output. वेरिएबल एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट से प्रोड्यूसर को पता चलता है कि उसका जो वेरिएबल कॉस्ट है पर यूनिट ऑफ आउटपुट वो कितना है, एंड ऑन दैट बेसिस he makes a planning whether to increase the production or whether to decrease the production, because it will determine his level of profit. Now, how to calculate average variable cost? It is calculated with the help of this formula. Average variable cost, AVC, is average variable cost. It equals to total variable cost divided by level of output. Q is the level of output, or we can say different units, or we can say different quantities of output produced. And we will show this in the form of some numerical values, how this average variable cost is calculated from the values of total variable cost and different levels of output, and thereafter from that values we will derive average variable cost. We will draw average variable cost curve. In the first column, we will take units of commodity or service produced. Suppose in our example, the commodity is commodity X, and the producer, or we can say the firm, have produced different units starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. And in the second column, we will take the values of total variable cost in rupees. 0, 8, 10, 12, 20, 35, 48. Now from this total variable cost and different levels of output, we can calculate average variable cost. That's variable cost per unit of output. Average variable cost equal to total variable cost divided by different levels of output, and when units of X commodity is produced means no units of commodity is produced, means there is no use of labor, there is no use of raw material, therefore there is no cost, that is no variable cost. Thus the total variable cost for 0 units, it will be equal to 0. And when producer produces 1 unit of output commodity X, total variable cost, that is cost of raw material, cost of labor, it is equal to 8 rupees, and units of output produced is 1, it will be equal to 8 for the first unit. And when level of output increases to 2 units, the total variable cost, cost of labor, cost of raw material have also increased from 8 rupees to 10 rupees. And variable cost per unit, it will be equal to 10 divided by level of output is 2, it will be equal to 5. This shows that variable cost, cost of labor, cost of raw material per unit of commodity X, it is equal to 5 rupees. And for 2 units, it is equal to 10 rupees, which is the total variable cost. And for other combinations, that is different units of output and total variable cost, the average variable cost will be calculated with the help of this formula, and the values will be, और जिसके values होंगे वो होंगे 12 divided by 3, it will be equal to 4, 20 divided by 4, it will be equal to 5, 35 divided by 5, it will be equal to 7, and 48 divided by 6, it will be equal to 8. Total variable cost, it initially increases at decreasing rate, then increases at increasing rate. Why it is so? I have already explained the reason of this trend in my previous lecture. And this average variable cost, initially it decreases up to particular level of output. Beyond that, it starts rising. This, it have decreased from 8 to 5, 5 to 4 rupees. Then it have started rising. It have increased with the increase in the level of output. 4 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 8 rupees per unit. Because in the initial stage, there is absent use of variable factors such as labor. There will be high returns to labor, and average variable cost, it will be low in the initial stage. Now from these values, we will derive average variable cost curve. We will draw a graph of average variable cost curve. As you know that on horizontal axis, on x-axis, we take units of output produced, units of commodity produced, units of or different quantities of commodity X. And on vertical axis, on y-axis, we take the values of average variable cost. Since we have to derive, we have to draw average variable cost curve, not total variable cost curve. Therefore, we will take only the values of average variable cost. Average variable cost. And the units of output produced is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 6 units. And value of average variable cost is, the lowest one is 4 and the highest one is 8. We will start from 2, 4, 6, 8. when one unit of output is produced, average variable cost is 8. This point. Showing average variable cost equal to 8 rupees when 1 unit of output is produced. This point. And when output is 2 units, average variable cost is 5. It will lie here. This point. Showing average variable cost equal to 5 rupees and level of output equal to 2 units. And similarly, when level of output is 3 units, average variable variable cost per unit of output is 4 rupees. This one. And when level of output increases to 4 units, average variable cost is 5 rupees. It will be here, this point. And when units of output is 5 units, when units of X commodity produced is 5 units, average variable cost is 7 rupees. Here it will lie. This one. Showing level of output equal to 5 units. For the last unit, that is equal to 6 units, the average variable cost at this level of output, it is equal to 8 rupees. This point. This will. Point A, B, C, we will denote it by point A, B, C, D, E and F. Now joining these points, we will get average variable cost. Average variable cost curve, which initially decreases up to particular level of output, which is 3 units, that is point C. Thereafter it starts rising with the increase in level of output. Point D, E and F, level of output 4, 5, 6, and average variable cost at point D, it is equal to 5, E it is equal to 7, and point F it is equal to 8 rupees. Now in this way we draw a graph of average variable cost, that is derivation of average variable cost curve. We can rub these lines to make it more visible to you so that you can understand it easily. And these were the points A, B, C, D, E and F. These are the lookup pointers showing different levels of output and different values of average variable cost. I hope you have got it, or you can do any example on, you can take different values of total variable cost and different levels of output, then you will calculate average variable cost with the help of this formula, provided that you have to make it clear that total variable cost initially increases decreasing rate, then increase at increasing rate after a particular level of output. And this average variable cost, it initially decreases, then after reaching a particular level of output, scale of production, it starts rising. Thanks.